Welcome back to CryptosRUs. I am George. We're all George. You know what? Today's shaping out to be a fantastic day. Even though Bitcoin consolidates and is waiting for its time to break out above 50,000 again, altcoins are just fantastic. They are rallying hard. They're pumping, and you guys know it, and you guys are feeling good. I'm feeling good. So let's discuss what's going on with altcoins. Have they decoupled from Bitcoin possibly? Did they decouple? Is that what we're seeing? Because altcoins are just doing whatever they want right now, ignoring what Bitcoin is doing. And man, the gains are unreal. So let's talk about what's going on with altcoins, with crypto, and what's going on with Bitcoin. Is it going to stay here forever, or is it about to make the next leg up? So thanks for tuning in. Smash the like, subscribe to the channel. 2 streams almost every day, 11:30 and 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. So make sure you hit that notification bell. And follow me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and check out all the latest news, article, and guides at CryptosRUs.com. Welcome, guys. Welcome. I'm feeling good. I hope you guys are too, because, even though Bitcoin is stuck at 47,000, even though Bitcoin went from, its recent high of 52, 53 down to 47. Altcoins are just ignoring that and just continuing to go further. In fact, my portfolio is at all-time high right now, even versus just a few days ago. That's how hot altcoins are. I mean, literally everything is smoking right now, especially Solana. You guys know I love the Soul Train. I love my soulmate, Solana. And it continues to do well, hovering right around $200, over 400% gained within the last 30 days. But they're not the only ones enjoying the gravy train right now. Algorand, which I talked about last night, still up 43%, 44% in fact, joining in on the fun. It is now at $2.40. Last night when I was streaming, I think it was at $1.90, and it went up a staggering amount. Of course, FTT, I mentioned about FTT. I told you guys about it recently. It's up 18%. Avalanche also joining the fun, and that's because there is some big news with Avalanche. And you go down the list, Cosmos, another project I told you guys don't sleep on. I think it's very undervalued. I just said that earlier this week. Look at it. It's up 32%, joining in on the fun today as well. And there's other noticeable mentions. Tezos, that's having a good day. Algorand, you guys love Algorand. I know that, up 35% today. Do you see the pattern though? Hedera, do you see the pattern with all these? These are all protocols. They're network protocols. This is why I tell you guys to concentrate on the network protocols. You know why? Because network protocols, they're the operating system. This is where all the dApps and NFT marketplaces resides on. And the hotter they get, the hotter these tokens are, because most of these tokens are used for transactions, right? And to pay for things. If you want to buy a hot NFT, you have to get one of these tokens to buy, like Sol. You need Sol to buy a Solana NFT, and vice versa for everything else that I just mentioned, right? And other noticeable mentions, I gotta throw Phantom in there. I didn't even know how much they grew, right? I knew it was a fantastic project. I told you guys about it. I told you guys to get in early. It is up a staggering 531% today. Oh, I just realized I didn't change my screen. That's okay. I know you guys love hearing me more than watching me. But here we go. Phantom is up a staggering 531% today. Yeah, that happened. 5x within a month, right? And something like Arweave, which is not a protocol, but it's a decentralized storage. It's up 24% today and 343% for the last 30 days too. I mean, altcoins are on fire, mostly protocols or anything related to protocols like Arweave. And for those of you guys that are paying attention, you've been watching me and discovering these projects for yourselves and picking them up on the dips. We had some dips, right? Told you guys, buy the dips, DCA. For those of you guys that's been doing it, you're making money hands over fist right now, so congratulations. So, let's talk about what's going on with some of these projects. Well, first off, let me always start with Bitcoin. I want to show you guys a giant fake out by the whales this morning, okay? Because I woke up, you know, Bitcoin was still around like 46,000 and things like it was just go sideways. And then, boom. Like all of a sudden it dropped to 45.6 for no apparent reason. And it brought everything down. All the altcoins went down slightly. But it seemed like, you know, something's going on. Maybe Bitcoin's going to go down. And guess what? Boom. Right back up to 47,000. And now it's trying to make more gains to the upside. But this is 100% whale games. Because they knew that today was going to be a good day, but they tried to drive out as many people as possible. And some of you guys may have noticed it this morning. You're like, oh, what's going on, right? And they probably caused a lot of people to panic sell. And then right after the panic sell, Bitcoin started going up. See, this is like a perfect example of whale games on a smaller scale. But of course, we've seen it on much larger scales, like what happened over here, right? This, of course, is related to whales that decided to take advantage of the many leverage long traders and decided to just liquidate all of them. Any leverage trader that had a 5x or more leverage got wrecked in this. Think about that. 5x or above. A lot of people play with leverage saying, oh, I play with small leverage. I won't get wrecked, which is a 5x leverage. No, you would have got wrecked in this. Even with a 5x leverage, 10x, 20x, 100x, forget about it. You're done. Your money is gone. And who profits? The exchanges. The exchanges collects the fees regardless. All right, so that is a perfect example of whale games. And here is another example on a grander scale of whale games. Will Clemente posted this. This shows you addresses that hold more than 1,000 Bitcoins. Okay? And you could see that it is just skyrocketing. Even with this recent pullback that we had, right, from 52 down to where we are, look at the green line. Look at how much they are accumulating. So perfect example of spread FUD and do whatever is necessary and then keep buying and buying and buying and buying. You could see recently it's just been nothing but ups, right? So the large whales out there, they're definitely accumulating right now. They're playing their whale games. But what I'm here to do is make sure you guys see those games and ignore it and continue the path, because you don't want to be giving up your life-changing wealth. You don't want to transfer your wealth to these whales that are incredibly wealthy already, right? This is your opportunity to stay the course, to make those gains and achieve life-changing wealth or financial freedom. And you don't want to be giving that up this fast or just soon or because of whale games, right? And why are the whales accumulating? I mean, it's pretty obvious. It's pretty obvious. Bitcoin is going places, going higher. And even Fidelity agrees that Bitcoin is following the same footsteps as gold in the 70s. You know, Peter Schiff and everyone else, the reason why they love gold is because they experienced that gold run up, right? They weren't around, I think, when the gold rush was really happening. But in the 70s, gold made a tremendous leap. And same to the 80s. And then after that, it kind of just stopped forever, right? But during the 70s, you know, gold made a tremendous run up, and that is why Peter Schiff and everyone, you know, they got in, they made a lot of money. Peter Kiyosaki did so with gold and silver, right? But take a look at this. People have correlated Bitcoin with gold from the 1970s, and you can see we're pretty similar. We're pretty similar path, right? But at some point, it's just going to blow up, right? And at this 835 mark, when gold really shot up before the 80s came, that could be when Bitcoin is at $1 million plus. Okay, so think about it. Looking at this chart, you can see when Bitcoin went down to 28.8, it was pretty following this, you know, pretty closely. Right now, we're coming back up. By the end of this cycle, we could be at where the 178 or 195 is, and that could be at $150,000, $200,000. And then we go down, and then we'll just, you know, the next cycle could be, you know, even more tremendous, bringing Bitcoin up to $1 million or $2 million, right? It's following the same footsteps. This is why we're in the game. This is the new digital gold, right? And not only Bitcoin, but everything else that is just on fire right now, on fire. All right, what else is there? Of course, El Salvador, you know, changed the game. And according to this article, that Bitcoin could save or cost, I should say, Western Union $400 million. $400 million a year. So Western Union, you got to think that they're not fans of Bitcoin. They're not fans of stablecoins. They're not fan of any crypto that offer basically feeless remittance services, right? All the payment services that's out there, you could send money worldwide within seconds for almost nothing. But Western Union, they don't like that. They don't make their fees if you do it with crypto, right? So this is gonna cost Western Union and others and MoneyGram and all these remittance services cost them a lot of money. So they better jump on board. They better jump on board with Stellar or XRP or someone else, because they're gonna end up losing their entire business model in the near future. All right, what else is there? I saw this. North America Bitcoin miners are stockpiling, Bitcoin and Bitcoin mining machines, because they all want as much Bitcoins as possible. And checking out the Bitcoin hash rate, you could see it's recovering really nicely. Almost like a V-shaped recovery, right? It's basically no one wants to miss out. I mean, that's the bottom line. Miners don't want to miss out. They're trying to take advantage. The ones being pushed out of China, they're spinning up. Everything is pointing in the right direction. Now, what about some other altcoin news? Like, look at this. Mike Tyson even asked, Solana or Ethereum? And he has a NFT in his profile too. Everyone is jumping into NFT. Everyone is changing their profile. I have not changed my profile. Maybe I need to do one. I need to change my profile too. But Solana has become mainstream. Okay, yesterday I showed you Steve Harvey changed his profile to some kind of Solana monkey business kind of NFT, right? Today we have Mike Tyson now asking about Solana. Solana is becoming mainstream. Not as much as Ethereum, but you gotta think at this point, even the institutional investors, even Grayscale, probably thinking about we need a Solana trust right now, right? Because there's a lot of interest, especially with NFTs, especially with the backings of FTX and Alameda. So Solana is definitely blowing up right now, and there's good reason for it. And according to this article, there are some analysts that think that Solana could hit $500, and that would be conservative. That wouldn't even be crazy, right? I think that Solana could actually hit 1,000 by the end of the cycle. But the reason why they think that, right, these analysts think that because it's mimicking Ethereum. This is exactly what Ethereum did in 2017. It came out hot, introduced smart contracts, changed the game, and then everyone started getting into it, right? And it blew up. It blew up in a big way. Solana right now is blowing up a big way too. I don't think anyone anticipated this kind of rally. I know I got in somewhat early, told you guys about it around the $20, $30 mark. I had videos 4 months ago, and since then it's gone up to the moon, right? So can it continue on? Yes. And there's a lot of charts about it. I don't need to show you guys the chart. You guys know how crazy Solana is, so there you go. And speaking of which, there's more DeFi and NFT marketplaces coming. Here's another one called DeFi Land, raises $4.1 million to launch decentralized finance game on Solana. So there's a lot of it coming. Of course, NFTs is just hot, and there's a lot of new marketplaces that's coming out, and we'll see. We'll see which one becomes a dominant one, which one actually survives, right? All right, outside of that, at the beginning, I showed you guys this. Just so hot. Just so hot. So I mentioned about, for example, Avalanche doing pretty well. So here's another reason why Avalanche is doing well. Tops, they're coming out their NFTs, right? And baseball NFTs are coming out soon. Right now they're doing soccer NFTs. I think this is soccer. Yes, I think it is. But Topps lost their rights for baseball. So in 2026, this will go to Fanatics. But in the meantime, they could definitely take advantage, right? So they can push NFTs really, really hard right now. But a lot of these marketplaces, these NFT marketplaces, in my opinion, are really the ones that's driving up the prices. So all these protocols I mentioned, right? All of them have very, very hot NFTs on board. And if they don't, they just announced a new NFT marketplace. For example, Algorand just announced a new NFT marketplace, right? So I think that is definitely the driver of this, tremendous move upwards. But also Algorand, I discussed yesterday, it's going to be a big part of El Salvador's future and their infrastructure. But yeah, you go down the list, there's so many. So what else is missing? Well, I'm waiting for Polygon to come up. Polygon has been really, really stagnant. But I do think there's promising NFT projects coming out. Also VeChain. VeChain, I mentioned. VimWorld has been doing really well. VPunks is out there, right? But I'm waiting for more, like maybe a de facto NFT marketplace to come out and more NFTs come out. That's definitely helping drive forward. But even without it, it's going to do well. But you have other ones like Theta that has been really stagnant, which is kind of surprising because they have their NFT marketplace. Cosmos has a few small ones, but not really, no de facto ones. If one comes out, it could be enormous, right? Tezos has their own NFT marketplace and NFTs. These are all really led by NFTs right now. Hedera, supposedly, I think they released an NFT marketplace. And Phantom does too. Man, things are looking good, and NFTs are definitely having a big impact on price right now. And I do think they're going to stay. Some people argue, well, NFTs are going to be like Beanie Babies. They're just going to die, right? I don't think so. There's just too many people getting involved, too many holders now at this point. A lot of people that got in early, and they're not selling, right? Just like crypto. There's a lot of people that got in Bitcoin early, Ethereum early, Cardano early, Solana early, and they continue to hold and let the gains come to them. And that's kind of how like NFTs is right now. A lot of people get in early. Of course, there's a lot of reselling going on, but a lot of people are just holding on and just waiting for it to go up and up and up. And as long as you have that scarcity factor and you have a lot of holders, well, the combination of that is going to be is good. All right, that's pretty much it. Well, I do have a new sponsor before I get into Q&A. And I mentioned about Polygon, and this is a brand new, oops, not this one, Polker. So a brand new play-to-earn game and utility token that's on Polygon and several other chains too. So just like what it looks, it looks like this is a spade, right? They are coming out with their own play-to-earn game, right? A poker game. And it's going to be based on the Unreal Engine 4. For those of you guys that are gamers, Unreal Engine is pretty much the best in terms of graphics and design and everything else that goes along with it, right? So they will be utilizing that in their brand new game. So Polker, right, is interesting because not only are they coming out their own game, but they also, of course, PKR is a utility token, which has patent pending technology in over 200 countries. So yes, they actually do have not only a use case, but also patents that make them different than all other similar type crypto. Okay, so obviously the token I mentioned is a utility token. You could use it for anything. A gamer, organization, a company, individual, they could all use it in not only gaming, right, but esports, e-commerce, traditional games, and of course NFTs, because there are going to be a lot of NFTs that's coming out on Polker. Also, what is this patents that they have? They have two patent protocols. One is for probably fair audible gaming protocol, and the second being true random number generator protocol. These are important, making sure that things are fair, right, when you're playing games, especially like something like poker, right? And speaking of poker, this is what they're coming out with pretty soon, poker.game. It is not out yet, but it's a full-fledged poker setup, right? And there's going to be NFTs involved based on who you're playing, rewards, how long you're playing. There's going to be a lot of things that unlock NFT cards that you can collect and, of course, trade. And Polker, being such a small project, have already made big progress. I mentioned about Polygon. They have partnered up with Polygon. They got a big funding from them, and they're going to be part of their new Polycon 2021, right? That is coming up in the next week or so, so they're going to be part of that. And And they even attracted Akon. Out of the blue, Akon gives a big shout out to Polker, saying that is the best play to earn NFT game. So Akon is also on board. So that's quite surprising too, in case you guys want to take a look at that. But that's it. That's Polker in a nutshell. So if you want to check them out, make sure you click on the URL in the description of this video. All right, guys, let's do some Q&A. Oh, by the way, guys. By the way, I am going to be traveling for the next few days, so my schedule will be a little bit different. For example, this afternoon, I think I'm going to move up my stream to about 4:30 rather than my usual 8:30, so I'll have another stream pretty early. Make sure you follow me on Twitter and Facebook so you get notified, but that's because I'm traveling. Tomorrow, I'm not sure. I'm probably not going to stream tomorrow, but I'll probably stream at nighttime. And on Saturday, I'll probably not be... Saturday, I might be able to stream both times. So, I'm traveling again just to let you guys know, right? So, always make sure you follow me, hit that notification bell, and follow me on Twitter to get notified. Please talk about Fetch AI. Not a fan of Fetch AI or any AI projects out there. Again, I got a million things going on here. If looking at Shane, if ETH or SOL overtakes BTC market cap in the future, would this decrease the need, thus price per Bitcoin? Yeah, because everything's pegged to something. You could peg it to the USD, you could peg it to Bitcoin, and of course for trading reasons, you have to have trading pairs. It doesn't mean that you can't judge it against Bitcoin or trade it against Bitcoin as a pair, right? But I made this statement before. If Ethereum gets bigger than BTC, do you still call it altcoin? Because the whole term of altcoin is alternative, right, to Bitcoin, because it's smaller. It's the second best or second largest, right? But what if it becomes larger? I don't know how you answer it then. Then maybe they're not called because they're altcoins anymore. Crypto Craig, hey, appreciate that. Victor, appreciate it. What else did I miss? Did I miss anything? Should I hold my LeBron James rookie cards long term or sell them now? No, hold them. LeBron rookies are going to keep going up, just like Jordan rookies. Try to grade them and keep the good ones. Try to keep the really graded, the high graded cards. If you were DC $1,000 right now, how you split it up, watch my yesterday's video. It'll give you some ideas on what I'm holding this portfolio that I built with you guys. Avalanche prediction, can I reach $100 in the next few weeks? Sure. The market continues to do well. Altcoins start rallying, yes. Should Celsius and BlackBerry be worried with Coinbase SEC issue? Are they next? Should I get my money out? Yeah, that's a legitimate concern. We'll see how Coinbase handles it. I saw something about how the SEC is more concerned with stablecoin interest rather than interest on crypto, like projects. I don't know. We'll just have to see. Wait and see. Anyways, and as for your question, should you get your money out right now? No. It's not like they're just going to shut down and lock in all funds. That's not how it's going to be. There'll be plenty of opportunity to take out if it comes down to that. Yeah, odds. Probably not going to check that. WAN chain is the best blockchain of all. I beg to differ. All right. When I talk about Georgecoin Rally, because I haven't found a good use case for it. I was going to integrate it with Georgecoin, but now that that's got pushed back, I don't have a good use case for it. That's why I don't talk about it. I don't want to just tell you guys, hey, go buy it, and then not have a use case for it. So that's why. Jeff, I appreciate it. Guitar player Noah. Yeah, that's exactly what happened with Glenn last night. I don't like Seedify, I mean. I don't like funds. Can you do a bit of stream on Lightning Network? What do you want to know about it? Lightning Network is complicated. If you're trying to set up a node, it's complicated. The best way for Lightning Network to succeed is for wallet makers and exchanges to adopt it. And right now, very little do. Right? So that's really what it comes down to. It's complicated to set up and use on your own. But if wallet makers start adding it, so then it becomes really, really cheap and inexpensive to send Bitcoin, then that's the way to go, right? Or I miss. Corey asked, as someone new to the market, how crazy does it get when everything is pumping ahead toward the blow off top? Oh, it'll get crazier. I mean, when Solana is nearing $1,000, I think that's when you know a blow off top may be coming. When Bitcoin breaks above 100,000, that's when I think it's really going to get crazy. I think Bitcoin being above 100,000, that's going to attract a lot of people, a lot of FOMO. That may pump Bitcoin really fast, really hard, and everything else will too. Just prepare for it. The best way is, like I said, start thinking about taking profits, right? Especially those of you guys that have no cash on the side. Once Bitcoin breaks above 70, 80, 90, 100, it keeps going. Plan on taking them off 10% off the top every time, just so I can prepare. And if there is a blow off top and comes down, I can take advantage. If there isn't, it's just a small correction and keeps going, then great. You still have plenty in the game, right? I think the main thing is to have some cash on the side to be able to take advantage. You can now buy Algorand with the Mayer app. Okay. Michael, I said that last night. I don't think Chainlinks will go up that far anymore because all the money went into protocols. So I anticipated Chainlinks will go much higher because, you know, quite frankly, it was moving very well with Bitcoin and everything. But now all that money has gone into projects like Solana and others. So I don't think it's going to go up that high anymore. So maybe like, 5x from here, 3 to 5x from here. So if it's, say, 5x, 150, 130, something like that. Do you have a price prediction for Algo? No, I don't. Bob says, single father, what should I DCA a month for daughter's college, 12 years away? Not slot, but I mean, Bob, have you been watching what I've been doing every Wednesday night and DCAing this portfolio? I mean, it gives you a good idea what I'm doing, right? Look at this, $11,300. I started this portfolio about 2.5 months ago, and it has doubled. Okay, so that's a good example of what DCA could do and picking the right projects. So I just DCA'd last night. So Bob, pay attention. Not telling you to copy trade me, but it gives you a good idea of what I like and what DCA could do. Dot, yeah, I think it's Dot doesn't really have. It has a lot of Polker projects like Polker Dex and Polker Markets and Polker a lot of stuff. And I know they have NFTs, but just not any that I could think of off the top of my head. I don't know anything about Contentos. I think I do. I think I looked at it, but I don't feel like looking at it right now. Provide comfort during the garbage 2 days. I appreciate that. Do you think Frontier is undervalued project? I used to think so. It's like an all-in-one DeFi app, but I don't know if they've been moving well. Well, yeah, I guess they have. They're close to their all-time high. So they have a good partnership with Avalanche. They're going to do a lot of stuff with Avalanche. So besides that, they were going to be like a really cool de facto all-in-one DeFi app. So we'll see. They're still doing really well. Mr. Cloudin, can you check out Rainy NFT farming token? I don't really want to look at it right now. I don't want to look at any unknown projects right now. You did a video on Luxo a few months ago. What are your thoughts on it going forward? I've been waiting for them to be done, but they got postponed, and their chain is still not done. So if they get done, Fabian does amazing things with his new ERC standard, especially with NFTs. It could definitely blow up, but it's still a work in progress at this point. And robot after, I don't know. Congratulations, Corn Radar. I don't know what do you want me to say? It's only a matter of time before people accepting Sol for payment. I agree. It's fast, cheap, and secure. Yep. ADA prediction. Would you split Polkadot ADA 50-50 or go all in one? I think between the two, it's wise to split. Right? I think Polkadot and Cardano, good holds. Yes. Could ETH become the 1 million coin if it becomes a large market cap and then BTC will be... no, I don't think so. I don't think... The market has to be too big. I mean, it'll be too big. Ethereum, you got to realize these numbers, okay? You got to realize these are derived based on how much tokens there are. The circuit supply, the total supply, they're very different. You could see how Bitcoin has only 18.8 million right now. Ethereum is 117 million. Cardano is in the billion. So don't make the mistake thinking, okay, Cardano could get to $1 million because Bitcoin can. It cannot, because there's so much more tokens out there. You got to realize the token supply and the circuit supply is very important. I think AMP is undervalued. In fact, last night I DCA'd into AMP. So that's what I chose. All right, I'll let you guys go. That's it. Overall, enjoy your gains, guys. I'm glad you're in it. While Bitcoin is consolidating, Solana, Arweave, Phantom, Algorand, and others, I mean, FTT, Cosmos, they're all doing very, very, very well, and I think they're going to continue. NFTs are only getting hotter. They're driving things. They're moving things forward, but that's not it. There's still more adoption coming, so make sure you stay in the game, guys. Make sure you stay in the game. All right. Smash the like, subscribe to the channel. Again, I told you my schedule is going to be a little bit different in the next few weeks. I should have another stream this afternoon around 4 or 4:30. So make sure you tune in. 4 or 4:30 Central Standard Time. All right. Have a good one, guys. Take care. Bye-bye.